What's up, YouTube family? Mark here from Financial Abundance and Healthy Living. I want to welcome you all to the video, welcome you to the channel if you're brand new. Make sure you subscribe if you like the content and turn the notification bell on all so that you will be notified when I drop a video. All right, so today I'm going to be sharing with you all how to properly cleanse your nose and throat. All right, I think this is very, very important, and this is going to probably give you all about 75 to 80% relief from those stinky, pungent smells. All right, when you implement this strategy today, you should notice a major difference, and other people will also notice a major difference when you're around others, whether at work, your family members, and things like that. They won't notice the smells. It will not be as loud. So I'm not going to like physically demonstrate it. I'm going to actually do a walkthrough. I'm going to talk you guys through how to do this method. Okay. So the first thing you're going to need is some distilled water. So you don't need this. This is spring water, which I drink spring water. I highly recommend when you're consuming water, if you can, try to get spring water because it has more minerals inside. But you want distilled water. You can warm it a little bit, nuke it in the microwave and warm it. If it's too cold to just rinse with room temperature. The next thing is what you want to do is you can get saline packs. This is Neomed brand. It's the #1 physician recommended brand, but you don't have to have this brand. You can even use like sea salt if you want. Just be careful sometimes with the salts and things like that. And even these, it can rise or raise your blood pressure levels. But again, you won't have to do this forever because some people will ask, well, how long do I have to do this? The better you improve with your diet and with your eating and healing your gut and absorbing your food and nutrients and things like that, the less that you're going to feel like you have to do this. So if you're smelling smells, stinky odors, feces odors, egg smells, or if there's a lump in your throat or mucus in your throat, you definitely want to implement this. The next thing you're going to need is some hydrogen peroxide. This is a Target brand, I believe it is. I can't remember, but it doesn't matter because you're going to be diluting this, okay? So this is 3% USP. I know in other countries it's kind of hard to get your hands on hydrogen peroxide, but it definitely works very well. It debonds the bacteria. So this is why I recommend hydrogen peroxide. And it's good for so many things. It's an antiseptic. It's good for removing mucus. But like I said, the reason why I like hydrogen peroxide and I keep it around, not just for the kiddos, but also to detox the mouth, detox the throat. You can gargle with it. And then you need a squeeze it bottle. This is one of the cheaper ends bottles. You can get these for like, I don't know, $8 to $10. Sometimes you can find them on Amazon, or I'll probably leave some links in the description box where you guys can check out some of the products that they have to find you one, or you can go to your local drugstore. But anyway, the way I do this method, and the way I would recommend you guys do this method to where it's most effective is going to be, first, you're going to take a cap of hydrogen peroxide and you're going to consume it. Now, before you do the cap, you need to already prepare your solution. So in your solution, you can mix one, okay, and they look like this. You can mix 1 to 2 of these inside of your container. Fill it up with your distilled water. And what you want to do is, once that's prepared, you want to shake it up. All right, just like that. You want to shake it up and let it be ready to rock and roll. The next thing I recommend is you can either hover over a bowl or hover over your sink. It probably would be a lot easier for cleanup purposes is to hover over your sink and do this method. The next thing I recommend is putting a a cap full. This is the cap size, so you all can see it's not a real big cap, okay? But you want a cap size. You want to fill it up with peroxide, and you want to consume it, but you want to start gargling. So you want to go, right? Start gargling. So I'll do an example with the water. Now, another thing I recommend when you gargle, close your lips like you're muffling, like you're saying right? Because that's going to help you get it deeper down. If you just gargle, sometimes you're not going to get it deep down. Look, about to choke on camera. Wow, so I'm not going to edit that because this is real life. All right, so you want to gargle, and then as you're gargling, you want to come behind it and start swishing the solution. Swish, swish. And you want to hold your hand out. You can let it out in the sink, but I recommend holding your hand out. So as you're gargling, it can come out your mouth as well. Swish, swish, swish. You're going to see the amount of mucus and stomach bile that's going to release in your hands. And you want to continue to repeat this process. So the peroxide is going to help remove the mucus and the bile. Whereas if you just use this alone by itself, it still does a good job. But the peroxide actually debonds. It actually attaches itself to the mucus and the bacteria. So it's mucus, it's bacteria, and it's also stomach bile. So a lot of you that have digestive issues, more than likely you have acid reflux or GERD. So what it is you have a lot of the stomach acid contents pushing up from the esophagus, sitting here in the throat. So that is the smell that you're smelling. You're not able to really understand it, but it smells very bad. Other people can smell it. It becomes very offensive. So when you do this method, you may have to repeat this depending on how backed up you are, depending on how long it's been since you've rinsed with this. You may have to do this 5 or 6 times, right? So just taking a cap, gargling, make sure your solution is ready. Do the other nostril, swish, and it'll just start coming up. And you'll notice when you open your hand, the mucus and the acid reflux bile that is just all over your hands. And then sometimes if you have 2 packets, right, of this, you can fill it back up. You don't need to keep dumping more mix. You can fill it back up. Now, initially you may experience some burning sensation. Sometimes what I've also have done is I've put a little bit, not a lot, I've put a little bit of peroxide in the solution with the packets, right? As well as have gargled. Now, when you do that, you will get an irritation, but I promise you everything is safe. It's going to be totally fine. All right. And you just want to continue to repeat the process. And then on the final rinse or so, you want to take your packet by itself, no peroxide. Take your packet and swish again. Just swish it out. Have your hand there, and you should see less and